ladies and gentlemen. Today I am presenting to you Mauro Prosperi's survival story. It's a remarkable tale of survival in an ultra-grueling marathon held at Sahara Desert, Desables. On 10th April 1994, Prosperi set off amongst 80 runners for this ultra-marathon. During the first 3 days, he covered 96 kilometers. But on the fourth day, things were not as expected. Temperature peaked, winds swirled, strong winds lifted the sand dunes which left the Prosperi's visions blurry. By that time, he was in the 5th place of the race and he didn't want to lose. He decided to cut through the sand dunes. The wind lasted for 8 hours, and at one point, Prosperi is realizing that he is separated from his fellow runners. He has no signs of the race rider. He's making attempts to get back to the trial, but nothing getting succeeded. So a few hours later, he is finding a helicopter flying at a lower altitude over his location. So he used his signal flare to get their attention. But it was too dim for the desert sun. So he's continuing his attempts, and days passed, and on one day he is finding a Muslim shrine, but it was uninhabited and it was a long abandoned one. Nobody was there. He had an Italian flag in his backpack. He took that and hung on top of the shrine, hoping someone would find him. But nobody came that way and no rescue came. So he is making attempts to survive. He had limited food and water supply. He was rationalizing whatever it was in the backpack, and he was using his own urine for drinking. He was staying hydrated that way. And again, another helicopter came on his way. He wanted to get the attention. He took his backpack and set fire to create a smoke signal, get their attention. But again, the sandstorm became the villain. It lasted for 12 hours now. And he was not found by the helicopter people. He was stranded in the desert again. He started losing all his hope. He was too weakened by that time, out of hunger and thirst. He wanted to die as soon as possible. He didn't want to die in such a situation, pathetic situation. So he took out his pocket knife, cut his wrist, and was going to bed. But to his surprise, he woke up next morning. He was severely dehydrated and the incision was not too deep. So that ensured his survival. So this gave an immense confidence and instinct to survive for him. So he started trying attempts he started getting back to that positive thought of finding some rescue and survive somehow. So he started walking and left behind that shrine, and he is walking again. On the 8th day of disappearance, he is finding an oasis. He stayed near that puddle for the whole day and started licking water slowly. And after a few hours, he is getting some energy back. Next day morning, he collected some more water from that oasis and he continued his travel. On the 9th day of his disappearance, he is finding fresh goat waste and some footprints. He followed that trail, hoping somebody will be there, and he's finding a girl and he's begging help to rescue. But by this time, he was looking like a ghost. He was more looking like a skeleton and his eyeballs were sunk into the skull. So this frightened that girl and she fled. But she came back with her grandmother. So what do you get from this? Mauro Prosperi's incredible story of survival is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the will to survive against all the odds. Prosperi was rescued and sent back to his home after a few months of treatment at the hospital. So if you're going through some distress, always keep in mind there will be a greener side. This too shall pass. That's all. Thank you.